All right, everybody, buckle up, because today we are diving headfirst into some grade A digital drama.
And I'm talking, whoa, next level relationship meltdown here,
Yeah.
all playing out in a gloriously messy audio recording.
Oh, this is going to be good.
It's a gold mine, truly. We've got the transcript, just the words on the screen, and it is a whirlwind.
So no video, just vibes.
Just vibes, and let me tell you, the vibes are immaculate.
Hmm.
Okay, so we've got X, that's our first player. Then there's Saleen, Cindy, and Gar. And figuring out their whole deal, that's part of the mystery, right? We're like detectives dropped into the middle of the case with only these voices to guide us.
I am so down for this. Let's crack this case wide open. Where do we even begin?
So imagine this. A shared chat, pretty standard stuff. X starts posting pictures, cars, food, a couple with Cindy. Typical social media shenanigans, right?
Yeah, living the dream online, as one does.
Right. But here's the thing, and we find this out later. Saleen is majorly crushing on X.
Oh, this just got interesting.
Right. So suddenly those seemingly innocent posts, they take on a whole new meaning. Like, hey, look at me. Look what you're missing. Subtle, but, sometimes a little passive-aggressive posting can really drive the message home.
Oof, the shade of it all. So how does Saleen react to this digital display?
One word. Karma.
Mic drop.
Right. Short, sweet, and everyone in that chat knows exactly who and what she's talking about. It's brutal.
Talk about making a statement. But X doesn't just let that go unanswered, does he?
Oh, honey, this is where the plot thickens. He responds with a sandwich emoji.
Okay, I'm not sure I follow.
I know, it seems random, right? But, and this is key, it's a direct reference to some previous event, something we, the listeners, are not privy to.
Oh, it's like we stumbled upon an inside joke gone nuclear.
Exactly. And that is what sucks you in. Suddenly, this isn't just a random spat, it's a whole saga. We're dying to know the backstory, the drama, the sandwich.
I need answers. I need to know the sandwich story. This is clearly way more than just a, war.
Oh, you have no idea. We were just scratching the surface here.
I am ready. Let's do it.
So remember that whole karma comment? Well, Saleen, she doesn't stop there. Things get, personal. Let's just say she makes some pointed observations about X's masculinity.
Oof. Shots fired. But he doesn't take that lying down, does he?
Not a chance. He comes back, swinging with the ever-so-mature, your mouth is whack, and suddenly we're off to the races. Full-blown digital brawl.
It's fascinating, though, isn't it? The language they use.
Absolutely. It's like every word is a weapon. X throws out details, like a threat.
Oh, I see it. Like he's holding all the cards.
Right. And Saleen, she fires back, demanding a timeline, trying to frame the narrative like this is how our story goes. It's a power struggle playing out in real time.
And we're just along for the ride. Don't forget, this is all happening in a live audio chat.
I know. Can you imagine people joining, leaving, probably getting muted left and right? The peanut gallery is going wild.
It's gotta just fuel the fire, too, right? Knowing you have an audience.
100%. It's like a performance, right? Suddenly you're not just arguing with your ex, you're playing to the crowd. Oh, and speaking of performance, this is where things get really interesting.
Don't you dare leave me hanging.
Okay, so at the heart of this whole blow-up, a mysterious incident. Picture this. A villa, Saleen, and, get this, potentially some European soccer players. This is what X is alleging. Anyway.
Whoa, okay, you have my full attention. Give me the deets.
So it's all very hush-hush, obviously shrouded in rumor and hearsay, but the accusations are loud and clear. X is saying that Saleen, she bragged about this alleged villa rendezvous to their mutual friend, Gar.
Oh, no. And, of course, Saleen's side of the story is.
Complete denial. She's saying it never happened, it's all lies, blah, blah, blah. Classic, he said, she said.
Ugh, the messiest. How are we supposed to know who's telling the truth?
Well, that's a million-dollar question, right? And with just the audio transcript, we're playing detective, trying to piece it all together. But, and this is where it gets good, X, he brings in the big guns.
Wait, really?
He pulls Gar into the chat. And guess what?
Oh, no, don't tell me.
Gar backs him up.
Are you kidding me? Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Right. It's brutal. Of course, Saleen. But you have to admire the strategy, right? I mean, bringing in a supposedly neutral party to corroborate your story, that's how you win the court of public opinion.
Wow. So it's not even about the truth anymore. It's about who can spin the best story.
Exactly. It's all about narrative control. But here's where it gets really interesting. Psychologically speaking, remember how Saleen was all, nope, never happened?
Uh-huh.
Well, once Gar enters the picture, her story changes.
No way. How so?
It goes from absolutely not to more like, well, maybe something happened, but he's twisting it. It's subtle, but it's definitely a shift.
Okay, that is interesting. Why walk back your story if you're telling the truth?
because suddenly the pressure is on.
Yeah.
She's gone from a one-on-one with X to a public showdown. Her friend is seemingly taking his side. Think about it. How strong would you have to be to stick to your guns in that situation?
Oof, not very. Especially when it's all happening online for everyone to see.
Exactly. It's easy to judge, but honestly, social pressure is a powerful thing. This is human nature 101.
This is insane. It's like, who needs a TV when you have this kind of drama playing out in real time?
Right, and it's about to get even wilder.
So we've got Saleen. She's on the ropes here, right? Story's changing. The friend's not helping. What's her next move?
Well, instead of directly addressing the villa situation, she kind of flips the script.
Oh, how so?
She starts lobbing accusations of her own out of nowhere.
Whoa, like what?
Suddenly, we're hearing about X supposedly bad-mouthing other friends, maybe even some whispers about drug use. It gets messy.
Oh, it's getting shady, so she's deflecting. Classic.
Totally. I mean, wouldn't you? Create a little chaos, muddy the waters, hope no one notices you're not actually addressing the elephant in the room or the soccer player in the villa in this case.
Right. It's a tale as old as time. But does it work? Like, does throwing out random accusations actually make people believe you?
That's a thing, right? It's impossible to say for sure. We're only hearing this one slice of the story, this one audio recording.
Right, right.
We don't know what the court of public opinion was saying, outside of this chat, but we can talk about the psychology of it all, which is almost scarier.
Okay, yeah, let's get in their heads a bit. What's going on here?
Imagine you're listening to this in real time, right? Accusations flying, stories changing. Who do you believe?
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Oh, 100%. My head would be spinning.
Right. So it becomes less about who's actually telling the truth and more about who can spin the most convincing narrative, who can control the story.
It's giving very much influencer culture, but make it drama.
Exactly. It's all about crafting that perfect online persona, right? And then when conflict happens, well, it's like those carefully constructed realities just explode.
And we're all stuck picking at the pieces
Yeah.
or, hitting the listen button.
Exactly. But the thing is, we can't forget, there are real people behind those usernames and real emotions.
Right. Easy to forget when you're caught up in the drama of it all.
It is. But that's kind of the point of these deep dives, isn't it? To remind ourselves that things aren't always as they seem online. There's always more to the story. And sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is just log off.
Words to live by. Well, there you have it, folks. A wild ride through the digital battlefield of love, lies, and audio recordings. We've got accusations, we've got shifting alliances, and a whole lot of questions.
But most importantly, I think this deep dive reminds us to be kind to each other. You never know what someone else is going through or what really went down behind the scenes.
Truth. All right, everybody, until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and maybe go give someone a hug. A real one, not a digital one. See you next time.